12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Super Middleweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with gold trim and weighing in at an even 167 pounds. Fighting out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, he brings a professional record, undefeated 33-0, 2 draws, 22 by KO. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the challenger, the IBF Middleweight Champion of the World, James Lights Out Toney. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with red trim and weighing an even 168 pounds. His professional record, 30 victories, 18 KOs, 7 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, from the streets of the South Bronx in New York City, presenting the 3-time world champion and current IBF Super Middleweight Champion of the World, the Blade, Barkley.
Listen to the crowd, man.
Okay, I spoke to both of your fighters in the dressing room. I'm cautioning you now, obey my commands at all times. Shake hands and good luck.
I think the most important man tonight is Richard Steele. They couldn't have picked a stronger referee.
You like Richard Steele?
For this fight, take somebody strong and willing.
Barkley comes out with an apparent urge to overwhelm Toney from the beginning, and Toney catches him inside with counter lefts and rights. Barkley trying to go to the body, Toney coming right up the middle, and James Toney is giving better than he's getting.
And Barkley is starting to show a little blood.
That's right, there's blood under Iran's left eye. Barkley has a history as a bleeder, and right now, Toney is whacking away with tremendous effect in the middle of the ring. Accomplished 168-pound fighter. There's a good right uppercut inside that brings the crowd alive.
When you see a fighter do that, that means he's confident.
Right.
Toney fighting a masterful fight at close quarters, keeping his poise, picking his shots.
Barkley should try and make this fight as wild as he can and stop standing back with his left jab. Just get in there and wade in there.
It was the left shoulder where Toney was hit, but he's using the left hand liberally. So it does not appear that there was any injury which should affect him in the bout. Toney again scoring a right uppercut inside. Barkley continues to bang away to the liver and kidneys, trying to slow Toney down.
To not help Toney.
There's a solid right cross by Toney, but it didn't seem to stun Iran Barkley. And one thing we know about Barkley, he can take a punch.
Very smart. Toney landed his shots and moved out of the way.
Okay, let's take a look at that clean right hand, and there you saw the mouthpiece flying outside of the ring. Once more, with feeling. Measuring his opponent, very cool inside, very impressive.
Barkley is starting to push him into the corners now.
No low blow warnings from Richard Steele. Barkley has begun to land several to the hip area of James Toney.
That's right.
Chopping rights inside by Toney. 3 of them landed.
Now you're going to see the 3 right hands that Toney landed toward the end of the round. 1, 2, 3. And Barkley went out of
nose while he got that glove rewrapped. Toney with the jab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of them. Barkley jabs back. Toney knocks the mouthpiece out again, this time with a short left hook. Average guy, it might not look as though those punches mean anything.
Yeah, you go to your corner and you can barely sit down on your stool because your hip is sore and you don't know what's going on.
Let's work.
To win fights on points anyway. So why not just keep hitting on the punch, catch this guy leaning and grab him.
Toney
in the gym, so he's not out of tune with it. He doesn't mind right now.
Does he notice it?
Oh, he doesn't even care. His corner told him when Toney rolled to go underneath. He keeps going on top.
Toney with magnificent hand speed. You've referred several times as Toney lands 2 more uppercuts in there and stuns Iran Barkley. Stuns Barkley with a minute to go in round 6.
Walks away and turns his head like nothing has happened.
And then rains that right hand over the top. Over and under. Brilliant display of technique by James Toney.
It's turning out that for Toney, Barkley is the ideal bull. That he can exhibit his skills and his poise, all of his abilities.
Well, logic.
Barkley's starting to jab now. That should have been a weapon for him early on.
Oh, what a brilliant display of accurate power punching by James Toney.
Seldom see from a young fighter. This is something you see good veterans like a late Muhammad Ali. He just jab, right hand.
And he's an awfully experienced young fighter, George. 8 championship fights in the last 21 months. And he is not tonight, George. Tonight it looks real good on James Toney. And the 32 don't look as good on Barkley. Left hooks from Toney. Barkley is stunned again. And Iran just can't defend himself against that crisp hand speed and punching inside.
No more.
Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, once a very good light heavyweight champion, stopped the fight. He didn't want to see Iran Barkley take any more punishment.
Good for Eddie.
Good fight.
Really good for Eddie. Compassionate decision by Barkley's trainer.
Turned out to be a good friend.
Iran Barkley made $1 million tonight, probably his largest payday. I'm glad of it. He'll go on fighting if we know him. But it's questionable whether he can compete against good young fighters again with that style.
James, was this an easy fight for you or a tough fight for you?
I was relaxed. I had fun in it. It was an easy fight. I had no problem.
You knew from the...
Who would you say got the worst beatdown in your entire career? Like, what guy got the worst of it out of everybody?
I say Iran Barkley.
Iran Barkley. That's what we were talking about earlier.
Because I ran from New York. He talking about Bronx this, Bronx that. What was it, the black spades and all that, all this crazy. But this dude talk about gang stuff. He in my neck of the woods now. We talking real stuff here. You know what I'm saying? He's not I'm supposed to be scared. I'm not African. I'm not a scary guy. I'm not from Haiti. I'm not scary. You know, so you know what I did? I put an aspirin for 9 rounds.